I am the mother of Gary Hopkins Jr., who was murdered at the age of 19 on November 27, 1999 by Prince George's officer, and I'm calling him out, Brian Catlett, and the event was precipitated by Officer Devin White. Gary was not just any young black man. Gary was a second-year full-time college student. On the night of his death, he attended an event at the local fire station. Gary went with a few other friends because just 14 days prior, he lost his father to bone cancer. He attended the event with his friend, as I mentioned, and his friend got into an altercation with one of the other party goers. Gary was always known to be a mentor to his friends and a peacemaker at all times. So at that night, he gathered his friends. They all got into their respective cars. Gary was in the lead vehicle. Gary was always a clown, always joking, was voted senior class clown. So he sat on the outside of the vehicle, legs dangling off the ledge of the car. Officer Devin White says, it's alleged, never got the name of the person, that car Gary was in had a weapon in the car. He proceeds to the car. He pulls Gary by his collar, gun to his temple, pulls him off the car. Gary tumbles forward. He falls back to get his balance. Officer Brian Catlett takes one shot. Doesn't take 14 or 24, one shot to his chest. After that occurred, they pulled Gary to the corner, would not allow anyone to give him any type of medical care. I'm sorry.
Take your time, take your time.
The coroner's report, Gary's hands were up. Based on the trajectory of the wound, Gary's hands were up. The coroner's testimony was not allowed without explanation by the judge. All witnesses were taken to the police station that same night. Friends, people that didn't even know Gary. They had to give their written statement that night. As we have heard, the officers under the Law Enforcement Bill of Rights gets 10 days to corroborate their story around the witnesses' statements that they took that very night. Clearly, a reform is required. Yeah. Officer Devin White had personal family tragedy just days or weeks before the incident of the killing of my son. Should he have been working? I think not.
No.
Along with sensitivity training, we demanded periodic psychological testing of officers to determine if they are fit to work. Devin White went on to have numerous accounts of brutality against civilians. An investigation was performed by who? The Internal Affairs Division, a process wherein officers investigate their fellow officers. We know that there is a blue wall of silence amongst the officers. Of course, no wrongdoing was founded. We need independent review boards. Yes! Civilians on the panel. I often hear folks say that we need more indictments of the officers for killing our loved ones. In my case, the PG County State's Attorney at that time was Jack Johnson. He indicted Brian Catlett, the shooter, but did not indict Devin White, who precipitated the event. He chose an attorney to lead the case who had never prosecuted a murder case. He was a white-collar crimes attorney. When he knew the officers would have the best attorneys money can buy, funded by the FOP union. We need to be able to prosecute the state's attorney and every other person involved when they are found not effectively doing their jobs. We spent an entire week in trial with the judge after closing arguments stating to us, I'll be back after lunch with my decision. Of course, not guilty on all charges. Here we are, 15 years later, and many other deaths across this country, still demanding changes to bring about justice for the murders of our loved ones. I say it's high time we hold our elected officials accountable. And we are here to tell them tonight, if they don't support it, we will not re-elect you or vote you into office. Gary was in school. He loved to write. And in his final paper, he wrote, "It takes a village to bring about change. I look out here today And I look across this country and the rallies and the marches that we have, and I see the village. It's here. As a voice for my son, I say the dream of Martin Luther King has come a long way, but it is yet to be fully realized. There is much more work to be done. People are power. Let's use it. Let's show that Black lives do matter. Thank you.